Next we are going to the mycoplasma. So that mycoplasma anagane, you know that one smallest organisms in the world. So these are the smallest organisms in the world. So these are the smallest organisms in the world. Those are also called PPLO. PPLO means fluoro pneumonia like organisms. Fluoro pneumonia like organisms. So those are ranges from 0.1 to 0.2 μm microns. So these are also, cell wall is completely absent. In mycoplasma, cell wall is absent. And also another important thing, pleomorphic nature. So pleomorphic nature means they can be changed their shape. They can be changed their shape based on the nutrients and surrounding environment. So these are completely anaerobes. These are anaerobes. They cannot survive in the presence of oxygen. But these are highly resistant to antibiotics. So these organisms are highly resistant to the antibiotics. Such type of organisms will cause the diseases in plants, animals, and also human beings. One of the important 2 marks question is there in your IP. So name the 2 diseases which are caused by mycoplasma. So plant diseases. So those are caused disease in plant, animal, and also human beings. In plants, that mycoplasma causes one of the disease that is called witch's broms. So in animals, pneumonia. Pneumonia in animals. But in human beings, mycoplasmal urethritis. Mycoplasmal urethritis. So these are the different types of features in mycoplasma. Okay. So these are the mycoplasma. Next we are going to the actinomycetes. Another small topic, actinomycetes. So those actinomycetes are also branched filamentous bacteria. Actinomycetes అనగానే నీకేం గుర్తు రావాలి అంటే branched filamentous. These are the branched filamentous bacteria. So branched filamentous bacteria. So that cell wall, this bacteria, cell wall is made up of mycolic acid. The cell wall is made up of mycolic acid. So these of the like that bacteria, but branches are there. So these are also act as a saprophytes and parasites. So one of that one bacterium that is called mycobacterium. So that mycobacterium, or also another one is corynebacterium. So these are the parasitic bacterium. Those are present within the actinomycetes. And also another important one that is the most of the actinomycetes like streptomyces. So those are produces the antibiotics. But most of the antibiotics are obtained from actinomycetes like streptomyces. There are different types of species untai. Those are producing into the different types of antibiotics, streptomycin, Kenamycin, so tetracycline. The type of antibiotics, all of those antibiotics are obtained from the streptomyces. But these are the Mycobacterium leprae, leprosy, Corynebacterium diphtheriae. The type of parasitic bacteria are also present within the actinomycetes. The cell wall is made up of mycolic acid. And also in your second year bit, one of that one that is called Frankia. That Frankia is also one type of actinomycetes. It is helpful to the formation of the root nodules in non-legume plants. Actually, root nodules are formed in legume plants, but that Frankia will form the root nodules in non-legume plants like that plant is called ulnus. Okay, so this is the actinomycetes. Up to here, total monerans are over. So Monera complete in the unicellular prokaryotes. Next we are going to the another important topic, Protista. So Protista anagane entane gurutukovalsindi. These are unicellular eukaryotes. So this group, Protistian group, is only present within the 5 kingdom classification. Actually, this kingdom containing the organisms, previously those are present in plant and animal. For example, you can see the Chlamydomonas, Chlorella, those are the unicellular eukaryotes. Previously those are in plant means algae. You know that one Paramecium, Euglena, actually those are the protozoans within the animal kingdom according to 2 kingdom classification. But those are previously present in the animal kingdom, but now itself those are including within the Protista. Ante akkadakkadunna unicellular eukaryotes annitini kalipi della bettaru Protista. So that Protista group is directly linked with those are directly linked with plants and directly linked to the animals and directly linked with fungi. Antegani these are not a link between plants and animals. Kondamanది చెబుతూ ఉంటారు, these are the link between plants and animals. That is wrong. This is directly linked to the plants, animals and also in fungi. Okay, so the type of Protista, these are the unicellular eukaryotes that Protista containing. So 5 groups, totally 5 groups are present. We are going to that discussion about that one by one. So first one is the chrysophytes. Chrysophytes. Second one, dinoflagellates. Dinoflagellates. Third one, euglenids. Euglenids. And fourth one, slime molds. Slime molds. And fifth one is the protozoans. Protozoans. So all are the unicellular eukaryotes. When we are observing these 5 groups, these are autotrophs. These are also autotrophs. But euglenids are act as both autotrophs as well as heterotrophs, because if maybe sunlight is available, those are act as autotrophs. If maybe sunlight is not available, those are act as heterotrophs. Anduke it name antaru ante mixotrophic nutrition present within the euglenids. Those are considered as a link between plants and animals. Endukante దీనిలో plants and animal characters అన్నీ ఉంటాయి. Okay, slime molds are heterotrophs. So protozoans are also completely heterotrophs. So next one, cell wall. Chrysophytes having cell wall. They containing the cell wall. So dinoflagellates are also containing cell wall. But euglenids cell wall is in eaglenites, cell wall is absent. Instead of cell wall, there is a proteinous layer is present. That proteinous layer is called pellicle. That proteinous layer is called pellicle. Next, slime molds. In that slime molds, so cell wall is absent. In protozoans, cell wall is also absent. Outermost layer is the plasma membrane. Remembering that one for your IP. So this is the one of the 4 marks. This one is also another 4 marks. This one is the another 4 marks. వీటితో పాటు ఫంగస్ ఎకనామిక్ ఇంపార్టెన్స్ కనుక చదువుకుంటే 4 క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉంటాయి. అవుట్ ఆఫ్ దోస్ 4, 1 ఈజ్ ఇన్ ఫైనల్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్ ఫర్ యువర్ ఇంటర్మీడియట్ ఎగ్జామ్. రిమెంబరింగ్ దట్ జూనియర్ ఇంటర్మీడియట్ స్టూడెంట్స్, యూ ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు ద వన్ బై వన్. సో ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ ద chrysophytes. Chrysophytes. So these are microscopic organisms. So microscopic unicellular organisms. So those are simply float on water surface. So hence these are called planktons. Those are simply said to be planktons. So they live in only aquatic environment. So they live in both fresh water as well as in the marine water. దీనిలో కూడా బ్రతుకుతాయి. So they live in the chrysophytes or live in fresh water as well as marine water. Those are the unicellular microscopic organisms which are float on the surface of water. So those are simply called planktons. So those are the planktons. So when we are observing that chrysophytes, this common name of the chrysophytes, you know very well that word diatoms or golden algae and desmites. Desmites, golden algae and also diatoms. So those are float on the water surface. This type of chrysophytes, you can see the cell structure. So when we are observing that cell structure, so those cells are చెప్పాం కదా, these are the unicellular, single cell. So that single cell having 2 important shells. Upper shell is called epitheca. Upper one is called epitheca and lower shell is called lower one is called hypotheca. Unicellular, uninucleate. So upper one is the epitheca and lower one is the hypotheca. That cell wall containing most important need bit silica crystals. Cell wall containing the silica crystals. So this one of that hypotheca is fit into the epitheca, or epitheca can fit into hypotheca just like a soap box. So 2016 MCET లో ఇచ్చాడమ్మా, ఆ సోప్ బాక్స్ అని ఇవ్వడం వల్ల అందరూ ఆన్సర్ రాయగలిగారు. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ కెన్ బి arranged just like a soap box. These are unicellular. These organisms are autotrophs. So అంటే chloroplasts are present, chlorophyll molecules are present, xanthophyls, carotenoids, all those photosynthetic pigments are present within the cell. So hence these are the autotrophs. That's why. So these are the important need bit 2019 లో వచ్చింది. So these are the chief producers in aquatic environment or chief producers in ocean. These are the chief producers in ocean. So ఈ సముద్రంలో these are float on the planktons on the water surface. So these are act as a primary producers in aquatic environment or in the ocean. Most important bit 2019 లో వచ్చిందమ్మా. So that is the structure. So those cell walls containing silica crystals, those single cells are dead. those can be deposited at the bottom. Those can be deposited at the bottom and form into a hard soil. That hard soil is called diatomaceous earth. That hard soil is formed due to the death of those single cells which are float on the water. When those dead cells of these diatoms can deposit it at the bottom of the ocean and form into a hard soil. That hard soil is called diatomaceous earth. The diatomaceous earth, and also మన IPA textbook లో ఇంకొక వర్డ్ ఉంటుంది. That word is called diatomaceous earth. That word is also called kieselguhr. That kieselguhr is also diatomaceous earth. ఏంటి దీనివల్ల బెనిఫిట్ అండి? So what is the benefit of this diatomaceous earth or kieselguhr? Due to the gritty nature, so it is mainly helpful to the polishing and also having small holes. That's why it helps in filtration of oils and syrups. So that is simply called diatomaceous earth. So when you are observing that reproduction, so simple unicellular kada, simple reproduction is called fission. That means binary fission. Those are simply divide. That is called binary fission. But during that sexual reproduction, those diatoms are produced special sexual spores. Those special sexual spores are called oxospores. Those special sexual spores are called oxospores. These oxospores are sexual spores. Those are also said to be rejuvenatory spores, and so those can be reactivate that losing genetic material through these oxospores. Then after, based on the arrangement of this epitheca and hypotheca within that silica crystals, that symmetry of the diatoms, is of two types. One is called radial symmetry. One minute. So arrangement of that symmetry means arrangement of that hypotheca and epitheca with silica. So those diatoms are of two types. One is called radial symmetry. Another one is the bilateral symmetry. So if that those epitheca and hypotheca arranged in radial symmetry, those diatoms are called centrales. Those diatoms are said to be centrales. ఎలా ఉంటాయండి? So maybe this is the diatom. So those are arranged in radial symmetry like this way. Okay, that is called radial symmetry. And another one is there. So those are the pennalels. Bilateral symmetry, those are called pennalels. So in this one, those silica crystals or epitheca and hypotheca are arranged in just like this way. Bilateral symmetry. This is the bilateral symmetry. So this one is called bilateral symmetry. So these are the first one, that is chrysophytes. Most important for mass question for your IP. Another one, second one is the dinoflagellates. So that should be there in the name. Di means two, and so those organisms are unicellular eukaryotes, that have how many placella? 2 placella. When we are observing the dinoflagellate. So this is the autotrophic unicellular algae float on the water surface. So in this one, 2 placella. One placella is arranged in longitudinally and another placella is arranged in transversely. So perpendicular with each other, right angle with each other. So those 2 placella, those are also unequal placella. So 2 placella, those are unequal placella. One is arranged in longitudinally and another one is transversely. They can be shown the special type of movement. So like this way, spinning movement. So due to that placella, 2 placella, these organisms are show the spinning movement. So those spinning movements. Hence these are simply said to be, the common name is whirling whips. Whirling whips. And those placella can be show the spinning movement. That's why these are commonly called whirling whips. These are also unicellular. So that plates are present, cell wall is present. The cell wall is made up of cellulose plates. Cell wall is made up of cellulose plate. But chloroplasts are also present. So these are the autotrophs. Autotrophs, chlorophyll molecules are present. So chlorophylls along with xanthophylls and carotenoids. Due to the presence of all these ones. So those can be shown the different colors. Violet color, pink color, blue color, orange, red. So different colored diadems are available on the water surface, especially in which water means marine water, especially in the marine water. So those can be show the different colors. But these are the containing chlorophylls. They can prepare their own food. So hence these are autotrophs. ఇంకా దీనిలో మనకి 3 ఇంపార్టెంట్ బిట్స్ ఉంటాయమ్మా, జాగ్రత్తగా గుర్తుంచుకోండి. సో ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఈస్ ద mesokaryon. So what is the meaning of mesokaryon? So in these cells, that nucleus containing condensed chromosomes, nucleus containing condensed chromosomes without histone proteins, single nucleus is present. So that having the condensed chromosomes without histone protein, the type of nucleus is called mesokaryon. And also another important one, second one of the dinoflagellate, that is called Noctiluca. The dinoflagellate name is called Noctiluca. It can be show special phenomena that is called bioluminescence. That is having the bioluminescence. What is the meaning of bioluminescence? Bioluminescence is nothing but natural light emitting phenomena. మనకి మినుగురు పురుగులు ఉంటాయి కదా, వాటి నుంచి ఎలాగైతే లైట్ వస్తుందో, దిస్ Noctiluca is also produce the natural light. That is also one of the dinoflagellate. And third important one, so that red coloration, one of that special dinoflagellate, that is called goniolax. That is the goniolax. It can be cause the red coloration, in Mediterranean Sea. So red coloration in what is that one? Mediterranean Sea, that is called goniolax. So at that early morning time, so these unicellular goniolax organisms comes to that near water surface, seashore area of the special in Mediterranean Sea. So they are rapidly undergoes to multiplication and rapidly undergoes to binary fission and produce the large number of dinoflagellates along with some potential toxins. Those toxins can be kill the aquatic fishes, especially in Mediterranean Sea. That is the most important neat and unsaid way ఇట్ మే బి డైనోప్లాజెల్లేట్లో నీట్ బిట్ వచ్చింది అంటే దట్ ఈస్ ఫ్రమ్ గొనియోలెక్స్. అంత ఇంపార్టెంట్. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ గొనియోలెక్స్. దీస్ ఆర్ ద కామన్ ఫీచర్స్ ఆఫ్ ది డైనోప్లాజెల్లేట్. Di means two, placella, unequal placella. One is arranged in longitudinal, another one is in transverse. They can be shown the early waves. So these are the dinoflagellates. You can go to that another topic. So that is euglenids. Next, there is another one. It is also most important for your IP question, and recently it is also asked within the NEET examination, re-exam for Versa. So you can see that euglenids. You know that in your zoology, one of that organism that is called euglena. So in that euglena, so it is also it can be live in the fresh water. That euglena is purely live in that fresh water. So these are also euglenids are also unicellular eukaryotes. So that cell wall is completely absent in that unicellular organism. The cell wall is when you can see the diagram. This is the diagram of euglenids. So you can see the diagram of euglenid. One second. So this is the structure of euglenoid. So cell wall unicellular, freshwater organisms, they live in the freshwater. So this is also biplasellate. So first cell wall is absent. Cell wall absent. Instead of cell wall, there is a proteinous layer is present. That proteinous layer is called pellicle. That proteinous layer is called pellicle. So these are also motile biplasellate. It producing into two placella. So it produces the two placella. Those two placella are unequal. Those are unequal length. Those two placella are unequal length. One is long and another one is the short. So and also when we are observing that anterior side, there is one of that mouth opening that is called cytostome. So then after that is opens into the euglena, that is called cytopharynx. So that is enter into the gullet. So when you are observing that euglena, that light sensitive part is present. That light sensitive part is called eye spot. Eye spot are also called stigma. So it can be identify the quality of light in freshwater environment. It may be nutritionally. So nutritionally these are mixotrophic nutrition. These are the mixotrophic nutrition. Mixotrophic nutrition, and they are act as both autotrophic as well as heterotrophic. If maybe sunlight is available, those are act as autotrophs. They can prepare their own food. If maybe sunlight is not available, they can be captured the small insect larvae. So it is also small insect larvae. It is also involved in act as a heterotrophs. So those are simple as said to be mixotrophic nutrition. ఇంకా రిప్రొడక్షన్ చూస్తే These are simply undergoes to the longitudinal binary fission. One euglena will divide into two daughter euglena. That process is called binary fission. But during that unfavorable condition, they can be formed into another stage of the asexual period. That asexual period is simply said to be pomelloid stage. That stage is called pomelloid stage. This type of pomelloid stage is appear during that unfavorable conditions of the euglena or maybe euglenoids. Remembering that when these are unicellular, uninucleate, haploid, autotrophic, they containing the plastids. They also having the plastids are also present within the euglenoids. This is also most important foremost question in your IP. Okay, so we'll go to within 5 minutes. Okay, you can complete that topic within 5 moles. Slime molds. So these are the complete unicellular eukaryotes. Unicellular eukaryotes. These are unicellular eukaryotes. So complete heterotrophs, like that fungus. These are completely heterotrophs. Cell wall is absent. Cell wall is absent. So those slime molds are just like a mold. Telugulo booze antam kada. In that area, that entire area, they can be occupied. In that entire area, just like a molds. Andike simply those are called slime molds. But when that food is available in particular area, imagine this one. This is the food particle. So that slime molds can be grow in many feeds and engulfing the entire food material. Those are engulfing the entire food material. That aggregations of the plasma, the aggregations of the slime molds is called plasmodium. Those aggregations of the slime molds are called plasmodium. That plasmodium also does not have having the any cell walls. But during that unfavorable condition, they producing into special structures. Those special structures are called fruiting bodies. The specialized structures are called fruiting body. That fruiting body produce another sexual spores. Those spores are having their own thick cell wall. Those are withstand in unfavorable conditions. But sexual reproduction జరిగేటప్పుడు మాత్రము ఏమొస్తాయండి కొన్ని fruiting bodies form అవుతాయి. On that fruiting body special spores are formed. Those spores are having through cell wall. This is also one of the important event within the slime molds. And another one, the aggregation of the slime molds. The aggregation of the slime molds around the food particle and engulfing the food particle, that is called plasmodium. Remembering once again, malarial parasite is also called plasmodium. That is entirely different from this one. Okay, so this is the slime molds. Next, come to that another topic, last topic in Protista, that is called that is in Protista protozoans. Protozoans. So those protozoans are also unicellular eukaryotes. Complete, these are also heterotrophs. These are the heterotrophs, but cell wall is absent. Cell wall is absent. That outermost protective layer is called plasma membrane. That outermost layer is plasma membrane. So based on the locomotory organs, these protozoans are classified into 4 types. So first one is amoeboid protozoans. In that amoeboid protozoans, so in that amoeboid protozoans, that locomotory organ is pseudopodia. So example, that one amoeba and also entamoeba. So those can be move with the help of their locomotor organ, pseudopodia. And second one, here flagellated protozoans. That locomotory organ is called flagella. You know very well that Trypanosoma gambiense, that organism will cause the sleeping sickness. That structure is there in your zoology. And the third one, ciliated protozoans. You know very well, in this one, that locomotory organs are cilia. Best example, slipper animalcule, paramecium. It looks like a slipper. That's why slipper animalcule, binucleate structure. And finally, sporozoans. That sporozoans does not having any locomotory organs. Locomotory organs are absent. These are spherical shaped structures without any locomotory organs. Those are the sporozoans. Best example, very well. That is the malarial parasite, Plasmodium vivax. That Plasmodium will cause the malaria in human beings. Malaria fever ఉంటుంది కదా, that is the Plasmodium vivax. It having, so in human beings and also mosquito మీ జువాలజీలో ఉంటుంది. So that vector is a female Anopheles mosquito. So that is the last one, sporozoans. Best example, malarial parasite, that is called Plasmodium. So up to here, total Prodista will completed. So next class we are going to the fungus, plant, animalia, six kingdom classification, and introduction of the virus and also lichens. Okay, so we'll complete.